So I know recently a fellow by the name of Shane Gorell has done a few podcasts with people on YouTube, fancying himself a treasure hunter, and that he's found all manner of spectacular things, particularly in the Superstition Mountains. And I've seen in the comments how a lot of people are excited to go hiking with him because they feel like they're going to go on a real expedition and unravel some mysteries, find amazing things, end up on Gaia TV. Hold on just a second. And I am saying this as someone who has hiked a fair amount of times in the Superstition Mountains, and where I am no expert in the mountains, I'll tell you what, for 11 years I took care of people with severe and persistent mental illnesses, and I know how incredibly convincing someone can be when they believe in their own delusions. So just hold on for a second. When last I was in the Superstition Mountains Museum, there was no conquistador armor and sword in there with Shane's name on it or not. So either it was never there or they put it there and then took it out. As far as two giant skulls with helmets just laying around, there have been so many people through those mountains, there's no way he's the first one to have seen those, and I've seen a picture of one of them. It is stone and it is not a helmet. Shane claims to have jumped into the Superstition Mountains, like parachuted in. Completely illegal. You cannot fly over a national park. He claims that he was allowed to fly his paramotor over the Superstitions where he gets pictures. In all of my hikes there, I have never seen a paramotor inside the Superstitions because it is flat out illegal, and I dare say that the rangers did not jeopardize their jobs to let him fly through there with a paramotor. So no, he did not jump in, and no, he does not take pictures of the Superstition Mountains. As for the mystery door, he has a picture of it online. It is a giant boulder with creases on either side. A giant walking through the Peralta campgrounds. There are usually some people around there, and he would not have been the only one to see it. A giant walking right through the campgrounds or through the nearby wash? Absolutely not. Also, finding a 63-pound gold nugget with a carving in it, and then the FBI took it from him. First of all, a 63-pound chunk of gold would be worth somewhere around $283 billion. Even if that nugget was half gold, it would still be worth $140 billion. Even if a quarter of the nugget was gold, $70 billion. That is a tall tale. No one, all of the hard asses who lived in the Superstitions desperate for gold, never found it, but Shane Gorell did. It's a tall tale. Hold your horses, expeditionists. There are no giant hooks on the face of the iconic ridge of the Superstition Mountains. Thousands of people look at it every year for hours at a time. People camp right there, and he's the only one to find it. There is no giant disc above Gold Canyon. There are thousands of people that live in Gold Canyon, and they look at the mountains all the time. I have stood in Gold Canyon and looked at the mountains for hours. There is no giant disc up there. 20-foot tall reptilians? No one else has ever seen 20-foot tall reptilians. And this guy saw a whole bunch of 20-foot tall reptilians just stalking through a canyon. Those are all tall tales, tall reptilian tales. And as for like a giant 50-foot stone bear with gold eyes the size of truck tires, as desperate as people are for gold, and out of all the people who were murdered in the mountains for gold, giant chunks of gold that big would have been long gone. And once again, people would have become billionaires overnight. Tall tales. Moving on with some of the videos that Shane has posted recently, and his claims that he found the real Ark of the Covenant right in the Superstition Mountains. Let's take a close look at it and do a little sleuthing before any of you spend any money to go out to Arizona to meet up with him, to go on a trek because you think you're going to find treasure, or get your name in the paper or on the internet because you found the Ark of the Covenant. Ready? So here is one of Shane's videos. You can see that rectangular thing is what he is claiming is the Ark of the Covenant. I want you to take a close look above that where you see a trail, and where the trail kind of has a little bit of an arc. Take a close look at that and then get a good look at the landscape, because we are going to go and find that exact place. So you can see at the bottom there, those are the coordinates. You can just go into Google Maps. You can go into Google Earth and find that. So that's what he's claiming is the Ark of the Covenant.
Hey, how you guys doing? This is Shane Gorell, Archangel Exploration. I wanted to show you a place I found in Arizona that I found while flying paramotor through this canyon right here. It's actually a chest. Big though.
All right, so you can easily get to this site. I'm going to show you where it is. If you're from Arizona, if you want to go there, it is not difficult. It's basically from the Peralta trailhead. Just do some searches, get all trails, it's easy to find. So this is a map for the Fremont Saddle. You take Peralta Canyon up to Fremont Saddle. See where the number 2 is? That's Fremont Saddle. It's an easy hike, and it's actually the very first hike I ever did in the Superstition Mountains. All right, that trail starting just below the number 2, going off to the right, it's called Cave Trail number 233. So if you were to take that and turn left and follow this trail up, it goes to Lone Tree via Peralta Trailhead. It's a really cool little site. It's a big pine tree that just stands up on a crest. It's very easy to see. See that loop right there? Or see that where the trail kind of has like a little bend, a little fish hook? Look familiar? That's the site. That's the site where he's claiming the Ark of the Covenant is. It's very easy to get there. It'll take you probably less than 2 hours. And it's right off of a trail, as you can see, right here. See that? There is the loop again. There's that little fish hook. So, as you can see, you can look on Google Maps, Google Earth, all trails. There is nothing there. There is nothing there. And next time I hike there, I will just go and get pictures. There is nothing there. So that means someone in Apache Junction has the Ark of the Covenant out in their garage, or it was never there and someone photoshopped it. As you can see, there is absolutely nothing there. Get a good look at the rocks and the surrounding. It's hard to get exactly the same angle. That is the place. See how he kind of turns that and claims that here is kind of like a lost little city metropolis, all these ancient roads.
That appears to be like a gold crocodile head or something.
Okay, yeah. That is not a crocodile. It does have historical significance. That is because that is obviously an image of a British gentleman with a powdered wig from the 18th century. This is photoshopped. That is not sitting in Superstition Mountains. Wherever Shane got this picture from, either he doctored it and put images in it, or he got it off of the internet from someone else, or he paid money for this, which doesn't surprise me because there is a long history of buffoons paying money for phony treasure maps in the Superstition Mountains. Let me show you. See where the fish hook is? The placement of the fish hook, remember where it was in his video? That is where that little metropolis should be. That is where those ruins, those roads should be. The crocodile head, the British guy with the powdered wig, the psychedelic looking aliens. Obviously not there. So the problem is not that Shane just makes a lot of wild claims and none of them are true. The problem is either he's delusional or he is flat out lying. And the issue with that is the Superstition Mountains can be dangerous. So if people think they're going to go out there and find treasure and they're not prepared, people die out there like that. If people go out there and get lost, I don't think he should be telling people there are all these features and sites in places he can't get to because of his physical constraints. So this is the problem. He should just be honest. I love the Superstition Mountains, and I think people absolutely should go hiking out there. They should be safe. They should bring water. They shouldn't go in the summertime, and they should stay on the trails, because there have been disasters. People do die out there. People do get lost out there. But what the superstitions don't need is some sensationalist making up all these stories about reptiles and aliens and UFOs and all this crazy stuff and human bones and fire pits, trying to scare people from going, because he doesn't even go up there. He is incapable of going up there. I'm glad he has a fascination with it. I do too. But all of this stuff that he's saying is BS, and I'm saying don't go meet up with the guy unless you just want to see some really cool mountains, because you are not finding treasures. You are absolutely not finding treasures. I wish this dude the best, but he is not telling the truth, or he seriously has delusions and is very convincing because he believes them. And I wish you all the best. I think you should hike in the Superstition Mountains just because they're majestic and beautiful, but you are not finding any treasure with Shane Gorell.